Hi everyone, here with your weekly reading. I'm using the Shadowscapes Tarot this week. I love this deck, it's really beautiful. So let's see, try to get this somewhat lined up here.
Okay, now let's see what energy is bringing toward you. There's a shift happening in how someone perceives you, and it's not subtle. The version of you they've been carrying in their mind, the story they've been telling themselves about who you are, it's crumbling, dissolving, being replaced by something that looks nothing like what they convinced themselves to believe. And this shift isn't gentle realization. It's confrontation with the gap between their projection and your reality. They're seeing you now, actually seeing you, maybe for the first time. And what they're seeing is reorganizing everything they thought they understood about you, about your character, about your capacity, about what you're worth and what you're capable of. The whole picture is changing. And with that change comes recognition that needs to be spoken. Truth that's been buried under assumption and misunderstanding that can't stay buried anymore. In the specific energy of February, where honesty refuses to hide and perception demands to be corrected, someone's changing view of you is building toward expression. The revelation isn't distant, it's forming, it's pressing, it's moving from their internal recognition to external acknowledgement. And when it breaks through, when the truth gets spoken, it changes the dynamic between you completely. Let me reveal what's alive in this moment of shifting perception in the territory of how humans see each other. Most people don't see clearly at first. They see through filters, through past experiences, through fears and hopes and projections. They create a version of you that might have little to do with who you actually are, and they relate to that version instead of to you. It's possible someone has been doing exactly this with you. They've been seeing a distorted image, a minimized version, a version that made them feel safer or better about themselves or more in control. They needed you to be smaller or simpler or less significant than you actually are. So that's what they saw. That's what they convinced themselves was true. Some people minimize others to protect their own ego. If you're not that impressive, they don't have to feel threatened. If you're not that capable, they don't have to question their own choices. If you're not that valuable, they don't have to feel bad about how they treated you. You might have been on the receiving end of exactly that kind of protective minimization. Someone needed to believe you were ordinary or difficult or not quite enough, because believing you were extraordinary would have required them to show up differently, to treat you better, to recognize what they were taking for granted. And now something is forcing correction. Evidence is accumulating that contradicts their story. Your actions are proving their assumptions wrong. Your growth is making their small version of you impossible to maintain. Reality is insisting they see what they've been refusing to see. This reflection invites you to consider who in your life has consistently underestimated you. Let me illuminate what change their view actually means in lived experience. Changed view shows up as someone treating you differently, speaking to you differently, showing respect they didn't show before, seeking your opinion when they used to dismiss it, valuing your presence when they used to take it for granted. The shift is behavioral before it's verbal. In the specific transformation of perception, actions change first. Someone who was casual becomes attentive. Someone who was dismissive becomes curious. Someone who kept you at distance starts trying to get closer. They're responding to their new understanding, even if they haven't articulated it yet. It's possible you're already witnessing exactly these behavioral shifts. Someone who used to treat you like background is suddenly making you foreground. Someone who acted like you were replaceable is suddenly acting like you're irreplaceable. Someone who seemed indifferent is suddenly very interested. Some people experience this as confusing. The change is so stark, they don't trust it. They wonder what the person wants, what game they're playing, why the sudden shift. And sometimes that suspicion is warranted. Sometimes people change their behavior strategically, but other times the shift is genuine recognition. Something clicked, something made them really see you for the first time. And seeing you changed everything about how they want to engage with you. You might be experiencing either scenario, strategic performance or genuine recognition. And you'll know which by watching consistency over time. Real shifts maintain, performed shifts crack under pressure. This reflection invites you to consider is less than #0. 5 is greater than has anyone's energy toward you changed recently in noticeable ways. Let me speak to what the whole truth about to be revealed specifically means. Whole truth suggests completeness, not partial disclosure, not strategic sharing of convenient facts while hiding inconvenient ones. Everything, the full picture, what they actually think, what they actually feel, what they actually see when they look at you now versus what they used to see. In the moment of complete honesty after long concealment, people often reveal things that have been building for months or years, not just recent recognition, but historical misperception they're finally ready to acknowledge. Not just, I see you differently now, but I was wrong about you before. It's possible you're approaching exactly that kind of comprehensive truth telling. Someone admitting they misjudged you, confessing they underestimated you, acknowledging they treated you according to false perception, taking responsibility for how their distorted view affected how they engaged with you. Some people will hear apologies they didn't expect. I'm sorry I didn't see you clearly. I'm sorry I made assumptions. I'm sorry I let my issues determine how I treated you. Acknowledgement that the problem wasn't you. It was their inability or unwillingness to see you accurately. Others will hear admissions about feelings. I was wrong about not being interested. I minimized what I felt because it scared me. I acted casual, but I never felt casual. Truth about emotions that were hidden behind false fronts. The revelation could take multiple forms, but the core is the same. Someone finally speaking openly about perception that was private, about truth that was concealed, about reality they've been operating in while showing you something different. This reflection invites you to consider what truth would you most want someone to reveal about how they actually see you. Let me reveal why the timing is now for this revelation. Truth has its own timeline. It emerges when it emerges, sometimes because someone finally develops courage to speak it, sometimes because circumstances make concealment impossible, sometimes because holding it in becomes more painful than releasing it. It's possible the person whose view has changed is reaching exactly that breaking point, where not speaking the truth is creating more discomfort than speaking it would create, where the gap between what they show you and what they actually think is generating internal pressure, where honesty is becoming necessary for their own peace. Some people confess because they want to clear their conscience. They've been carrying guilt about how they misjudged you or mistreated you based on that misjudgment. And speaking the truth is about relieving their own burden, even if it makes you uncomfortable. Others confess because they want to change the relationship. Their new view of you makes them want different, dynamic, closer connection, more honesty, different terms of engagement. And revelation is the path to renegotiating what exists between you. You might be about to receive truth motivated by either reason, someone unburdening themselves, or someone trying to shift what's possible between you. Both valid, both significant, both requiring your response. This reflection invites you to consider, does it matter why someone tells you truth as long as the truth gets told? Let me address what you need to understand about your position in this. Someone changing their view of you says nothing about your actual worth. You were valuable before they recognized it. You were capable before they acknowledged it. You were significant before they saw it. Their perception catching up to your reality doesn't create your value. It just recognizes what was always there. It's possible you've been waiting for this recognition, hoping someone would finally see you clearly, finally acknowledge what you bring, finally admit they were wrong about you. And receiving that validation might feel good, might feel like winning, might feel like proof you were right about yourself all along. Some people need external validation to believe in their own worth. Someone important finally seeing them clearly makes them feel valuable in ways they couldn't feel on their own. And there's nothing wrong with appreciating recognition, with feeling good when someone finally gets it. But you can't build your sense of self on other people's evolving perception, because perception is unstable. Someone sees you clearly today doesn't mean they'll see you clearly tomorrow. Someone values you now doesn't guarantee they'll value you consistently. You might need to receive the revelation with appreciation but not dependence. Let it confirm what you already know rather than creating what you believe. Let it be nice but not necessary. Let it matter without making it mean everything. This reflection invites you to consider, do you need someone's changed view of you, or would it just be nice to receive it? Let me illuminate what happens after truth gets revealed. Some revelations deepen connection. The honesty creates intimacy that wasn't possible before. The vulnerability builds trust. The admission of past error makes space for more authentic engagement going forward. The relationship evolves into something better than what existed before. In the transformation through truth telling, both people often discover they can build something real now that pretense is removed, now that perception matches reality, now that assumptions are replaced with actual knowing. It's possible your connection with this person could deepen exactly this way. Their changed view of you could become foundation for genuinely good relationship, where they see you clearly and choose to engage with what they see, where there's mutual respect based on accurate perception. But other revelations create necessary distance. Sometimes the truth includes acknowledgement that someone can't show up the way you deserve, that they recognize your value but don't have capacity to honor it, that they see you clearly now, but that clarity reveals incompatibility rather than potential. You might discover the revelation brings both recognition and goodbye. Someone finally seeing you clearly and recognizing that clear sight shows them you're not right for each other, or that they're not ready for what you require, or that acknowledging how they misjudged you means acknowledging they can't be what you need. Either outcome is valuable. Connection that deepens or connection that ends, honestly. Both better than connection based on distorted perception continuing indefinitely. This reflection invites you to consider, what would you prefer? Someone seeing you clearly and staying, or seeing you clearly and leaving honestly? Let me close by speaking to what this moment is teaching you. You're learning that you don't need everyone to see you clearly to be clear yourself, that someone's limited perception of you is information about them, not about you. That you can be extraordinary while someone sees you as ordinary, and their seeing doesn't diminish your extraordinariness. And you're learning that perception can change, that people who didn't get it can get it, that views that seemed fixed can shift, that you don't have to write everyone off forever just because they didn't see you clearly at first. May you receive recognition with grace. May you hold your worth steady. May you trust yourself regardless. The view is changing. The truth is forming. The revelation is near. Someone has changed their view of you. The way they see you is fundamentally different from how they saw you before. The whole truth is about to be revealed. What they actually think, what they actually recognize, what they actually see now. It's pressing toward expression. And when they speak it, when the truth comes out, you'll have choice about how you receive it, about what you do with it, about whether it changes anything for you or simply confirms what you already knew. Trust this. Trust that you were valuable before they saw it. Trust that their recognition is nice but not necessary. Trust that you can appreciate being seen clearly without needing it to feel whole. Stay grounded. Stay clear. Stay sovereign. Their changed view reflects their growth. Your worth was never in question.